I'm back. Um, I'm probably only here for probably a half an hour. Then I'll probably back in later. If anybody shows up, appreciate it. Um, Thanks for coming in. See the notification, gang on. Give a thumbs up in the chat so I know who's in here. Appreciate it. Up there you go. All right. You see in the title, what's next? Will I do it? Need to do it? Can I do it? And that is quitting smoking marijuana. I am a marijuana user and I am addicted. I am addicted. I say I'm addicted because I can't go a day without smoking. A week with, no, a couple of days without smoking. A day. I haven't been without smoking in a while. So I'm gonna stop smoking. It's the money thing, and then I want to start a new life and a new way of doing things. And I think that the marijuana is actually stagnating me from doing certain things. I've never really been a drinker, so I'm pretty good on that. I smoke these things sometimes, but I'm gonna leave these alone as well too. So, and then let me tell you, I actually started like I'm 50, so I've been smoking marijuana for a real long time. And to me, it's like it's not doing it. It's like all these new names, all these new strains, and I'm like, so I feel like it's a waste of time, it's a waste of money, it's a waste of energy. It's it's just a waste. Now, don't get me wrong. To each his own. You do what you want. And you stop when you want to stop. It's like I think it's time for me to stop. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Because on this new journey, I don't want the same problems that I've been having. Maybe that's something that's stagnating me as well. And it's all about growth. So I don't want to keep doing the same exact shit over and over and over. When I have to move, when I move, and I finally get my own place and start over, I'm gonna change a lot of things. It's not just gonna be weed. It's gonna be a lot of things. I think I'm gonna start eating better. Maybe just veggies. Maybe go vegan. You know. Maybe start meditating more. Maybe I won't even put a TV in the house. Just a computer and don't just get Wi-Fi and that's it. Really don't do the movie thing, Netflix, all that. Just stay focused on what I want to do. Focus on my health. Focus on my wealth. Focus on my well-being because the kids can't have a dad if I'm not here. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about physical form. So the weed thing, I've been smoking for since I was maybe 16. I'm 50, but I've stopped. But for the last 20 years, maybe, and it's not working. For one thing, I don't buy from distilleries. I think that's what you call it, or whatever you call them, because the prices are too high. When I was, the guy was getting basically the same shit my homeboy was getting, but he was just charging extra, and it was just in pretty packages. And then A lot of these people, they just buying bags off the internet, putting whatever type of weed in it, and just saying what it is. So actually, to me, when you dealing with street level type people, you never really getting the real, but they always want to give you the real prices. You feel me? They don't want to give you the best shit, but they want to give you the best shit prices. And that's another thing. Because I used to dabble in that, but I always was a Reggie type of person. I never used to deal with high grade because I used to like dealing with the people on the ground, you know? So, yeah, that's going to be a big change. It's going to be hard because, like I said, I smoke every day. So, to stop something that I've been doing for so long, I say it's a habit. Some people say it's not a habit. But if you can't stop doing something, it's a habit. Breathing is a habit. Shit. I don't want to stop that. So that's big. So I know what I think I'm just gonna just focus on other things, start going to the gym more because I have a membership that's been paid for. So that's a good thing. And just get out walking, meeting more people, start dealing with different businesses because I do have a t-shirt business. I've been thinking about like selling all my equipment because I'm trying to get into a one bedroom and I really don't want it to be all packed, but I really want to have it because it's money. You know, you can always get money, always get money, always get money, but it depends on how everything goes. I don't want to just have a whole apartment full of t-shirts and stuff. I probably eventually will size it down to a DTF, a good DTF, spend a couple of grand on a good DTF, and that's basically all you need. You buy a good DTF, you can basically print on anything. Yeah, you won't really need the vinyl cutter. You won't need the sublimation unless you're doing sublimation type things that the customer likes. Sublimation, because sublimation is pretty good. Sublimation is pretty good. It's the vinyl is really being outdated. But I have a DTF machine, 1400 Epson. It worked for about a month, maybe. Then once it went down, it just problem after problem after problem, just sinking more money into it. So, it's sitting there. It's for sale on Marketplace. If you want to go check it out. But I'm not dealing with it no more. I'm gonna eventually spend some real money and get a good one because the 1400 is basically converted from a printer to the DTF printer, and it's not meant for that. So all of the maintenance that you had to do, and it wasn't worth it. I made a few dollars back. I didn't make money back on that. So it's all about keep on moving, man. But yeah, gotta stay motivated, get out and do some new things, and just get out there. I gotta dress better. I dress like crap. I'm not gonna lie. I dress like a house dad. So that's another thing I gotta get into. I'm really not into fashion, but I do design clothes for other people. That is so weird. Like if someone comes and like, oh, I got an idea, then I'll make it happen. But like for me to really throw a sweatsuit together and to do my own thing, I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's really not me like that. But I will start though. So today was pretty decent, a good day. I really didn't do shit. Just did a video or two, straightened up. Just did some thinking, apartment looking for some apartments. You know, finishing up this little bit of bud I got left, and I think I'm just gonna delete the two Bud Boys out of my phone and just go from there. Wish me luck. Anybody? Oh, somebody's in there. How you doing? So just talking about giving it up. I'm about to stop smoking marijuana. I've been smoking for too long. It's just not worth it. The strands is bullshit. The money, the prices, and I'm not dealing with the distributors. I'm dealing with street boys. So that's something else. You can't really trust everybody nowadays because I've met a few people. I've been to a few ox stores in New York that they were selling, and they were actually selling CBD. So that was kind of like, it's like the whole purpose of smoking and not getting a buzz. That's not what's going on. You give a thumbs up in the chat, see what's going on. Follow you back real quick. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Just over here kicking, talking some bullshit, talking, getting some shit off my chest. That's basically it. Talking about trying to give up marijuana, change my life. Because you need change. You can't stay the same forever. I believe that truly. And not to go back to my breakup, but maybe this is better for me. Maybe I'm like uh, Jigga said, don't sit around waiting to die. Maybe this help me get up and be more motivated and pull out some of my potentials. I'm mad funny. I might not seem like it because I'm down on here because I'm going through some things, but I've always known to be a funny person. Always known to be an active person with people love me. I love the communities. I love my people. I like being active sometimes, but sometimes when you be down, you don't want to do none of that. You know, I'm not saying I gotta stop dealing with my family to start doing this stuff, but I have to get back out there. Maybe I'm looking at maybe I want to go to church one day just to get some different energy, to get some different aspects on life. You don't have to believe in God to go to church. It's about gathering. It's about being around other people. You know, being around good spirits, being around people that want you to do better. You know, you don't have to go there for all of the religion. That's extra. You gotta go down and go there to meet your community, the people that's doing things, the people that you want to be associated with. If these people is doing good things and you want to be a good person, that's the type of people you need to start being around. Not saying my peoples ain't good peoples, but maybe I need this kick in the ass to get and do what I gotta do. Shit, some people don't become famous until they fucking 50 years old, 40 years old. I ain't got much time. I don't have much time. So I have to put something into play now. I have to put something into play now. That's why I say the marijuana thing has to go. Has to go. The negative energy on that level has to go. I don't need to depend on nothing but breath. If I could get up and breathe, I'm gonna be good and I can motivate from there. If I gotta get up and start thinking about where I'm gonna get some bud from, or I gotta call this dude, or this dude be like, I don't get off until 6, 7, 8, and then he don't show up until 9, 10, 11. I can't do that. I can't keep doing that. I think my money and my time and my mine is worth so much more. I know it took me years to think about it, but god damn, it did help me in some situations, and it do help me when I get aggravated and want to smoke, and it calm me down. But it's like, do I really need that shit to be a calm person, or I don't feel I need it. Maybe this breakup is the eye opener that I needed. I always knew that it was coming because I always said that if your life ain't for life, that means a relationship can't be for life for everybody. It sounds crazy, but everything ain't for life. People gonna grow separate ways. When you met a person Just think about it. Look around, whoever you're dealing with or whatever. Just think about if you've been with somebody, knew somebody 15 years ago to today. If they still doing the same shit they was doing 15 years ago today, and they didn't progress none, I don't give a fuck what it is. If it's a job, if it's a marriage, if it's anything, they have to progress a little bit. In some ways, somebody got to be progressing in some ways. And I'm not saying I didn't progress, but I didn't progress where I needed to be, where I need to be at. Like I said, I'm funny as hell. I always thought about being a comedian, throwing jokes out there. So maybe this is the time I need to sit back and tell what I want to do what I want to do. I want to do karaoke. Not saying I couldn't do it before, but now I want to go and do karaoke. Maybe I want to go and hang out by myself sometimes and don't have to worry about calling in and telling nobody, yo, I'm going out. If I wanted to spend my money and say, you know what, I'm gonna get a buy the kids what they want this week, but 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm gonna save the money and I'm going to California. I don't have to tell nobody I'm going to California. I'm gonna tell them, but at the end of the day, if I want to move, I move. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't been able to do that for a while. If I want to have somebody over to have some drinks or whatever and hang out, I could do that. But that's the furthest thing from my mind because I don't want to hang out with nobody, Ray. I want to hang out with me and get to know me again. You know? Hang out and get to know me. Who is King's son, born loser? I used to be King's son, but I feel like everything that I do is like it never benefits anybody except for other people, as in my kids. I think that's what my main goal is. It's just for them to benefit off of what I teach them and not think about anything else. And that's not cool. I've let my health go so crazy. It's like it's almost like I hope it's time to come back from that. And that's all I can do is hope and just get better and stop buying this food and stop eating this food and stop when I get depressed. I just want to eat. I gotta stop doing that because I've seen those videos. 600 pound, like that's what I'm not trying to do. No disrespect to people 600 pounds. I lay the same, but that's not me. You know. But yeah, I'm gonna stop smoking weed. So most likely after tomorrow. Today it'll be the last. I got like a clip and like a little nug left. So and some roaches. I don't know if you're smoking roaches in your finger, but that's it for me. And I'm gonna keep you up on this process of the quitting smoking the marijuana. And I won't pick up drinking because, like I said before, I really don't like drinking. Drinking makes me kind of violent and real touchy, so I really don't like drinking. I like to be funny, and drinking does not do that. What else can I talk about? Get off my chest. Let me ask you if anybody else. I know I'm not watching, but try this, and so I let them go public for a while, and then I put them on private. I really don't want nobody to see them, but it makes me feel better when like one person is listening, two people. It really don't matter if anybody's listening. It just makes me feel better about myself doing this, getting some shit off my chest. Like I said, I just don't want to be sitting here talking to the wall. I'm talking to a computer with no one on it, but this is the virtual life. You know, so yeah. What else? Yeah, like I was saying, I started smoking young. Um, I think it started when I used to go. My uncle used to always live with us when I was younger. So he had like his own. It was so funny. Me and my brother shared a room, but my uncle had his own room. But he always was locked up. So when he came home from jail, he actually had his own room, and he locked it up. The shit was so crazy. I was like, Anyway, but I used to break into his room, like sneak in his room and shit. And he used to think I was cool and shit, smoking little roaches, cigarettes and shit like that, and weed. When I got a little older, I think I was like maybe like 15, maybe 15, 16. And I used to smoke his roaches and shit. So I remember this girl named Pat and Tracy. It was they were older than me. They was my homeboy's sisters. So we had went down there one time, and I was from a nice neighborhood. And they was from kind of like the hood. So I used to go hang out with my homeboy and they went shit. And then one day I went down there and the sisters was like, "Yo, you smoke?" And I was trying to impress them, because they was older and shit. So I was trying to impress them and shit. So I was like, "Yeah, I smoke." It was like, "Why are you be smoking and shit?" I was like, "Yeah, what the fuck? I be smoking." So this was like really before blunts, like really I wasn't onto blunts because, like I said, I was only smoking the roaches with my uncle, and he was old school, so he was smoking joints and shit. So and I ain't gonna front, I was a little cutie. They liked me and shit. They wasn't that bad looking girls. They was a little. One of them was kind of fucked up. But both of them was fucked up, but they was cool people. You know what I'm saying? I know they ain't watching, but they was cool peoples and shit. So they was trying to impress the little dude thing. They had I never forget it. They had like a bunch of roaches and shit, like a bunch of roaches, like blunts and shit, little blunts. So instead of them taking the weed out, they fucking crunched all of them up and put it in the blunt, which was we were smoking. They were smoking white owls or Phillies back then. So I don't know if anybody smoked that ever did that. That shit get you fucking twisted. That shit get you lightheaded as a motherfucker. That shit have you coughing, everything. And the coughing is will get you dizzy. You think you high, lightheaded and shit. So that was like one of my first real experiences smoking weed. So after that, I had moved, and my mom's moved us from. If anybody's from Yonkers, which I hope nobody knows me, whatever. I don't give a fuck. But I moved from one side of Yonkers to another to the projects. So it was so weird because I was still good. I was a good kid. I really wasn't smoking. I was playing baseball and shit. But it was so weird because the kids that I went and played baseball with, I really never liked them because they was mad aggressive. So I always try to stay away from them. And then it was so crazy. My mom's moved from a nice area to the projects, and then I look outside, and all of the kids that I try to avoid in baseball was raping. So it was like we was cool, but it was like I try to avoid them at all costs. Like I only would hang out with them at baseball. Like I would never go to their neighborhood and hang out with them in their neighborhood. And then I never knew their neighborhood, but now I moved there and it was their neighborhood. So it was like a game changer. It was not for the good. I really didn't deal with them. I had to form my own little team because we wasn't out there like that. These dudes, they was out there. It was like hustling cars, and it was our age. It was like 15. They had cars, motorcycles, broads, guns, money, MGM suits, all this. So let's get back to and so I used to hang out with my homeboy. We used to call him DMC Mike, right? Shout out to my boy Sue. He's still doing this thing. But me and him had the same thing. He was like, yo, you ever smoke? I was like, yeah, I smoke. You trying to impress somebody and shit, but he never really smoked either. But this was after years of me not smoking. So then I go to my man's house. He used to DJ for DMX. R.I.P. Earl Simmons, my nigga. All right, it's my brother. So then I go down to my homeboy Superior house, and he didn't know how to roll. So I was like, damn, I've seen it done before, you know what I'm saying? So he had some black weed. This shit was black. We used to call the shit they used to have it down in 111th Street called A Black. Weed was dark, chocolate, sticky. So we roll up a joint and shit. We smoked, and that was the highest. Boy, I was so damn high. We was both high. We was fucked up. We always remember that day. We always talk about that shit. That shit was funny. So then after that, I lived in the hood. I really wasn't a smoker like that. I was into sports. But then for some reason, it was like me and my homeboy Mo used to sneak off and smoke because he always had a smoke, but he used to know how to roll. And it was weird because the reason I really started smoking a lot because a lot of my friends didn't know how to roll, but they always had bud. Like my homeboy Al B always had bud. Jamaican never knew how to roll. Never knew how to roll. But one thing I liked about going to Al B house, he call you up, he got some buddy, be like, I'm about to cook. You make sure you go there because Al B, we was like 16. Al B was a chef. He a chef to this day. He a chef of the stars. So he was bad back then. He nasty now. Nasty now with the chef skills. Chef of the stars. Al B. So I used to always roll for him. I get used to smoke for free. He gave you some bud. And then I'll never forget my homeboy Moses. This was the first time I ever really bought my own bud. Before that, I used to always get it from people that I knew. We have to go buy some bags and shit. It was big back in late 80s, early 90s. Like you would go to I used to live in Yonkers, so you would go to like Manhattan or the Bronx, and you would buy dimes out of the store like this big, huge, big ass dime bags. You get like 6, 7 blunts out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So we would take them shits and bring them uptown and break them down and sell nicks. So you spend $10, you making back like $40, $35. You feel me? So that's how I went with that. Then we started smoking and shit. So you used to get it, you know what I'm saying? But before that, I never really used to get weight, but I always used to buy a lot of bags. Like say there used to be another spot we used to go to, and it used to be in the Bronx, and they used to sell these 2 for $5s, where they give you 2 bags of weed for $5. But we used to bring them back uptown and sell them for dimes. But she used to go down there and spend like $100, $200. So he used to throw in like 10, 15 extra back. So he used to kill it, you know what I'm saying? They used to smoke, shit like that. It was like harmless back then. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I started really like smoking because I was handling it. I was handling it. I was handling it. You know what I'm saying? So like I used to just meet mad people from smoking. They used to be butt hustling. And then they'd be like, yo, I got a new spot. I'm gonna be over here next week. Now the worker was he was the runner. And then you had the owner of the spot. And down the runner, he want his own bread, so he gonna be across town now. Now he told you, yo, come over here, I'm gonna be over here next week. Now you didn't switch up spots, you over here because he got some banging ass bud. So now you meet him, and then he like, yo, you can get this on the arm. Instead of you coming buying 100 bags, I'm gonna give you 300. You pay for 100, and then it move like that. You know what I'm saying? So then that's where the weed came along. Then before 9/11, I'm gonna tell you, before 9/11, my cousin Boo, R.I.P. rest his soul, the Boo. You know what I'm saying? Dwayne Stinson. So him and his brother twin Ike Stinson, they had we used to go to this spot over on Edgecombe. This dude named Tone. So I had to pay them to bring me to the spot. This was so funny. I had to actually pay them to introduce me to the Connect. So we used to go. It used to be in this building, and the guy. It was so weird because the. Hold on one second. Bobby, hey man, a little while. Come in. I'm doing something. Go upstairs, get your homework one, take your own school clothes off. Sorry about that. Ain't like nobody was watching anyway. But also we used to go down to this spot on Edgecombe in the Bronx. It was so crazy because it was only open until like 5 o'clock. It was open from like 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock. After 5 o'clock, you couldn't go there. It was closed. So come to find out that a guy that lived there, because it was like a fucking studio for real. They like had a kitchen and a bedroom and a small ass bathroom. That was it. Like I'm talking about mad small. I'm like mad small. I'm like probably like not even 100 feet, like 80 feet. That shit was small as hell. It had a table in the kitchen. That was it. That was it. A table on the stove, refrigerator. So used to go there, and it was so weird because the guy Tone, he used to rent the apartment from this guy. This guy used to work from early in the morning to 6 o'clock. And Tone used to rent the apartment. He used to rent the apartment from when the guy leaves to then and sell bud all day until the guy come home. And then he go and the guy come there and sleep everything. Shit was crazy. So so they had introduced me to Tone. And at that time, this was before 9/11. We was paying $50 an ounce of bud, regular bud. So we was getting like a half a pound for like 350 or something like that. He was giving us a whole pound for like 7, 8. So we was killing it. So that's where it really started with the smoking. We used to test it. We used to go there like smoke test this, and we used to test the shit. And that's when really smoking got heavy because the more I had, then now I was tasting different buds. And then the flavors got good. Like they used to have that shit called Mango Pina. They used to sell it over there near Dykeman, not in Dykeman, Kingsbridge in the Bronx. And my man Q and them used to kill them with the big joints. That Arizona, we used to call it Mango because it was like sweet, nice and sticky. So I was smoking that for a while. I was basically keeping just different strains, different people, smoking with different people. I would say the best weed I've smoked was with I moved to Albany, and this kid named I think his name was G, if I'm not mistaken. He was like some big time baller up there. He was getting bread for real. He was getting fed money. Like he bought the whole house, and he had the like the brownstones they call them. Well, it was like 2 apartments, but he bought the whole house. It was 3 apartments, 4 apartments. It was a roof apartment, top floor. It was the third floor, the second floor, and then it was the basement. He owned all of them, and he had like a smoke game room, everything on the second floor, on the first floor. It was the first floor. Then his family and everything. His studio was upstairs. So the second floor was a smoke spot. This kid had all the exotic weeds at the time. He had all of the new games with the big screen TVs, people cooking, rotisserie, all type of weed, all type of weeds, everything. They roll up. Say if it was his nephew birthday, I think his nephew was turning like 21 or some shit. No, it was G birthday. He was turning 35, so they fucking rolled up like over 100 or something months, man. Before we got there, they was rolling, man. We came in, he said, yo, he threw us boxes of fucking, I think we was rolling I don't even know we was rolling at the time. I think we was rolling White Owls. And he just threw us boxes like, yo, start rolling. Looked down, it was already fucking mad L's rolled already. Like, these niggas was not playing. So he was like, yo, he started telling niggas, but this was the crazy shit. While niggas is rolling, niggas is still smoking. He got bowls of weed of different Afghan, this shit is just all out on the table, food everywhere, drinks. Yo, he like, so niggas was smoking and shit, bros was smoking. So so he's like, yo, listen, it's my birthday. I'm gonna tell y'all niggas right now. And he had these chairs. He had this sectional, but he had the shits wrapped around. Then the big screens was in the front and shit. Then you had the table in the front, the big screen. You know what I'm saying? You sit in the chairs. Shit was crazy. He had some official shit. So he started telling motherfuckers like, yo, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if y'all niggas ain't smoking for real, y'all ain't smoking for real. We ain't even gonna start. Y'all ain't even gonna start this shit. He was like, yo, if you ain't gonna smoke for real, y'all better leave now. So he was like, what? Smoking. There was a couple people like his nephew's like, yo, I'm out. That's my cue. He was smoking already. So it was another two dudes. They was like, I'm out. So when you younger, you think, smoke these niggas under the table. I've been there before and smoked with him. He always had the best weed. Always to this day, I'm lying because my cousin King Echo, he always had the fire. Like, he's smoking papers. His shit be having like, you know what I'm saying? So so we at G house and shit. So he like, yo, listen, we about to get it popping. You know, everybody upstairs, blah blah blah. So a couple people leaving shit. So they bring out the fucking torch. They just start the train, like everybody's sitting on the couch. You got the dumb on couch. So it's mad heads sitting on the couch, a few broads and shit, niggas sitting on the couch, a few sitting on the floor. Yo, G at one end, he got the big ass shit with all the blunts. This nigga just start lighting them, passing it, lighting them, passing it, lighting them, passing it, lighting them, passing it. Shit was crazy. So it was like it was a cipher. Shit was coming around. So it was so many L's. You at first you trying to hit it like kill it like, but it was so many L's going around. You was just trying to hit it like twice and pass it. So it was so many L's going around. Now the L's in a circle. They coming around. He still passed. Yo, it was so much smoke that it was. This was the crazy shit. It was so much smoke that when you inhaled on this one and blew out, you can't even see the smoke. There's so much smoke in the air. It was like we was what they call a clam bake. We was clam baking the niggas. We was clam baking homeboys fucking his living room. There was so much smoke, boy. You breathing in and out smoke. It was crazy. So after like hour 45 minutes, niggas start caught. Motherfucker, not even an hour 45 minutes. I'm gonna be honest, like half an hour 45 minutes. Motherfuckers start oh, yo, G. He like, yo, what the fuck? You look over there, this nigga got the fucking goggles on, like he blowing it, like he getting it in. His mans and them, they blowing it. I'm telling you, it's like niggas, you can't even hit it numerous times. You just gotta hit it and pass it, hit it and pass it, because you don't want to feel that disrespect. You ain't gonna front. I ain't never been a tall dude now, man. I'm so high now. I start feeling my feet just rise off the couch. I can't even get high no more. My eyes is like, so now I'm comatose. I'm comatose. So the kid I came with, his name was G2, but his name was Greg. but we used to fuck with him and call him Craig because this is when Friday came out. He was a white boy. This dude named Greg. He was a crazy white boy. So him, he already tapped out. He fell out already. He on the couch, glasses off, sweating. He got his wife beater, skinny white boy, always in the wife beater, always puffy at a nigga. What's wrong? What? So he out. So I'm like, yo, fuck, I can't. I'm just hitting and passing him. Yo, after that was. I ain't gonna front. After that, I probably ain't smoke no more weed for like a year. I ain't even want to smoke no more. Every time, yo, I ain't even want to go to the nigga house no more, yo. They be like, yo, you trying to go to G house? I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. I think I went back over there. Now we went back over there another time. It was so crazy because like I said, he was like big time. Like he was getting money. But all he had to do was sit in the crib and his people used to, you know what I'm saying? He used to dibble that, he used to get it. Like he used to really get it. Like he wasn't playing. Like so I remember one time because me and Greg was roommates. We had a crib and shit, nice little crib. So anybody know anything about Albany? We was down there next to the Big Dog, the RCA Dog. We was down that way. So G called us up like, yo, it's about to have a snowstorm. Y'all need to come through. So we like, bro, we about to be snowed in. My man Greg had a fucking Pontiac. I never forget that Pontiac Grand Am. He used to be a beast in that shit. All that Dukes of Hazzard shit. That nigga, I remember one time, nigga, they was like, you won't do it? Yo, this nigga did the Dukes of Hazzards over like some ramp type shit. That shit was crazy. That shit was like in the air on some TV shit. But he came down, that car slammed with the motherfucking electronics was everywhere on that bitch. That motherfucker ain't start back up, never. He had to go bring that shit to the shop. That shit was crazy. So we go to G house and shit. Matter of fact, this was crazy. Because we lived downtown Albany. He lived not too far from there. He was dumb cool. So he's like, yo, come through. Like right now, let's get it. So I don't know if this was before the smoke party or after the smoke party. I think it was before the smoke party. So we like, yo, it's a storm outside. Like we can't get out. Like, yo, it's a wrap. This nigga's like, all right, be outside in 20 minutes. We're like, outside in 20 minutes. Why he sent this man in a fucking big, like Jeep. It wasn't a Cherokee. It was like a Ranger. It was like a Ranger. Ranger is that? Wrangler. It was a Wrangler. Had the big tires on it. He was like, yo. Pulled out the list. He was like, go get this. He wants you to go to the store, get this, and that. So we go to the store, you see the blunts and shit, all the shit he want. We go get the shit, go to his crib. That nigga had a snow in for like 2 days, bro. Cooking, all this shit. He gonna feel his wife chill me and G in the crib. Mad weed, blowing it down, mad video game. This shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. He always had the exotic weed though. He was good dude. I don't know. I remember my homeboy, the kid Greg, he had got locked up for some other shit. So, but before that, we used to hang out with some other dude named Snoop, and Snoop had told me that the dude G had got locked up by the feds like a couple of summers after that, because we found out he was dealing with like the white, not the white around my lips. He was dealing with the white, that old girl. He was dealing with that shit. So, he had this some time. I don't know. I never been back up there after. I haven't been in Albany in over 15 years. This was over 15 years, so I don't know what happened to that guy. But after that, I always like once you start something like that that calms you and you feel comfortable doing it, and it's really not hurting nobody. That's what they say. Marijuana is a gateway drug. Marijuana never was a gateway drug for me. Because I never really dealt with any other drugs like that. I dibble and dabble once or twice with some white. I'm gonna be honest, that's what I'm here doing. Smoked the Ula before, if anybody knows what that is, but that's people was doing that back in the 80s and 90s. You know what I'm saying? I can't knock people for doing that. You motherfuckers nowadays popping prescription pills and fucking Xanax and fucking scissor and lean and all that shit. So you can't be fucking calling a crackhead. You a fucking pill popper. So I'm not too annoying to go against my pill poppers and my lean heads. But to each his own. Everybody needs their thing. Like some people's drug is working out. Some people's drug is food. Some people's drug is cigarettes. Some people's drug is drinking. So some people's drug is having sex. Some people's drug is masturbating. So it's like whatever floats your boat. But you know, but always then I stopped for a while hustling the marijuana. Then I had was staying with my homeboy. We had an apartment. All of us. It was like a 5-bedroom type shit. We all rented it out, rooms and shit. Had our own shit. So he used to always sell bud. So he used to hit me up with these big bags and shit. So I used to go to the hood and sell those. And then I used to go to his cousin and get what up, man? Yes. Yeah, go ahead. Yes. All right. So then I always dabbled in that. Then I sold a little powder, not powder, rock back in the day. But that wasn't really my thing because it was just so depressing to the community. Like when you sell marijuana, it's like, yeah, are you doing anything else other than that? Go ahead, I'm talking. When you're doing anything other than that, you gotta have a guilty conscience. Then it was getting dangerous, and I'm not a dangerous type person. I'm a loving type person. I really couldn't just keep selling that shit to my peoples, and then looking in my face and see them deteriorating, and their kids start looking bad. I felt bad about that shit. So that shit didn't last long at all. That shit was like maybe a month, maybe a 2 months. Here come Cairo. What? Problem? What? I forgot that I got my water bottle in the book bag. I forgot. Well, put some sweatpants on, huh? No calls like you said, Dad. All right, that's good job. All right, I'm back. Nobody. Kevin, Kyle, put some water in there, please. Okay, Dad. All right, thank you. You're welcome. That's my other son. That's two of them. Come on, go get my water, please. Nosy kids. He's nosy. Listen, bro. Let's go. Hurry up, man. We playing around. Trying to be nosy. Yeah, but that's and then just like maybe it is a gateway drug. It's a gateway to other shit, not to other drugs, but to maybe to the street life. Because like once I started selling weed, it's like now I'm in the streets. Now I'm like dealing with other people, doing other things. And thank you. And now they dealing with guns and stuff like that. But I always was smart enough to analyze people and shit that they do. And yo, go change that outfit, that uniform. Put some sweatpants and shirt on. Kwame, go put some sweatpants and shirt on. What I said? Oh, okay. Go ahead. Go put your shirt on. Sweat t-shirt. Thank you. Okay, go eat your crackers then, buddy. And that's what I'm gonna be missing too. Every day after school for that. I'm home, ride your bike. So excuse me. So then I just always was around it. So and I always thought it was like a non-violent drug. You don't get a lot of time for it. You don't get prison time for it unless you get caught with pounds and all this crazy shit. And then when you're dealing with that white girl, that's usually problems. People want guns and fake money and all type of crazy stuff. So it's been in my life for a long time. So and then I've been smoking with my wife for years. I used to sell, and that's how I basically met her. I hate to say it, but I think it's time. I think it's time to give it up. It's like our relationship is no longer needed. Our friendship is we shouldn't be friends no more. So I think that we're gonna break up. I think I'm gonna move out on marijuana. I think I'm gonna kick her to the curb. That's what I think I'm gonna do. It's not what I think I'm gonna do. It's what I'm gonna do. All right. Got a little thing we're gonna start doing at the end of the video, and it's gonna be called "Know What Hurts." Know what hurts. When no one misses you. Know what hurts. Um, when you really don't care if you get up in the morning or not. Know what hurts. Is when you have no one to call on and you need somebody to talk to. Know what hurts when the kids don't sit on the couch with you or sit at the table, but you prefer to sit with them. Know what hurts when people say they love you, they're not in love. Know what hurts when you're 50 years old, you can't drive. Know what hurts when you're 50 years old, get a DNA test, and it's 0% that you're dead. You know what hurts? When you can't hug the person you used to love when they come home from work. Right. Yes, son.
Can I eat my cupcake?
Uh, no, please. No, thank you. I tell them that
Can I
all the
eat my
time.
cupcake, please?
Thank you. Yes. I know it's kids, but I don't know. Sometimes I just look too far in the shit. All right, guys. It's time for me to go. Gotta start dealing with the kids. Get this house together before their mother comes home. Listen, I'm not a praying man. If you get a chance, pray for your boy. And see you tomorrow. It may be even later, man. I'm really starting to feel that it helps me to actually sit here and talk to you guys, or to me. I'm talking to me, or eventually you get famous one day and they go back into the archives. Like, look at this nigga was crazy. He was trying to tell the nigga, yeah, look what they doing. A yard, 8-wheel truck, 8 doors, 8 seats, all this shit, all flying shit. George Jefferson ass, George Jackson, Jetson ass. You know, I think that all people should do this if they feeling pressure. Pressure bust pipes. You don't want to bust no pipes. You know? So I think that it helps me to get on here and just kick the shit. Fuck. What the fuck would nobody think? That's my problem. I always think what somebody else thinks. More about me. You know? Make it a quick hour. But then I'm gonna get off here, go take care of what I gotta take care of. Like I said, thanks for watching. Anybody looking, please drop their link. I will go follow back. And, sorry for boring you guys. Like I said, ain't nobody listening anyway. Um, and, know what you do, man. Drop some links on here, some videos I can watch. Oh, just yeah. Alright. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, thumbs up or thumbs down, leave a comment, and don't let love kick you in the crotch, man.